Hello and welcome to another video of GG Academy. International Labour Day, also known as May Day, is a holiday celebrated on the 1st of May each year. It is a day that is dedicated to recognizing the contributions of workers to society and to advocating for workers' rights. The holiday has a long and storied history, dating back to the late 19th century. The roots of International Labour Day can be traced back to the United States in the late 19th century. At the time, industrialization was in full swing, and many workers were being exploited by their employers. They were forced to work long hours in dangerous conditions for very little pay. In response, workers began organizing and protesting for better working conditions and higher wages. One of the most significant events in the history of International Labour Day took place on May 1, 1886, in Chicago, Illinois. On that day, workers across the city went on strike to demand an 8-hour workday. The strike was peaceful at first, but it soon turned violent when the police intervened. In the ensuing chaos, a bomb was thrown, and several people were killed. The incident, known as the Haymarket Affair, became a turning point in the labor movement. In 1889, the International Socialist Conference declared May 1 as International Workers' Day to honor the Haymarket Affair and the struggle for workers' rights. The holiday was soon adopted by socialist and labor organizations around the world, and it became an important day for workers' rights. International Labour Day is significant for several reasons. Firstly, it is an opportunity to recognize the contributions of workers to society. Without workers, the world would not function as it does today. From the people who grow our food to the people who build our homes and infrastructure, workers are the backbone of society. Secondly, International Labour Day is an opportunity to advocate for workers' rights. Although working conditions have improved since the days of the Industrial Revolution, there are still many workers who are exploited and treated unfairly. International Labour Day is a reminder that workers' rights are human rights, and that we must continue to fight for better working conditions, higher wages, and greater protections for workers. International Labour Day is a day to celebrate solidarity among workers. It is a time to come together and recognize that we are all part of the same struggle. Regardless of our race, gender, or nationality, we all deserve to be treated with dignity and respect in the workplace. International Labour Day is celebrated in many different ways around the world. In some countries, it is a public holiday, and workers are given the day off. In others, it is a day of protest and demonstrations. One of the most famous International Labour Day celebrations takes place in Moscow, Russia. On May Day, thousands of workers gather in Red Square to hear speeches and celebrate their contributions to society. The celebration has been taking place in Moscow since 1890, and it is one of the largest labor demonstrations in the world. In the United States, May Day is not as widely celebrated as it is in other countries. Instead, Labor Day is celebrated on the first Monday in September. The holiday was first celebrated in 1882. And it is a day to honor the contributions of American workers. In many countries, International Labour Day is a day of protest and demonstrations. Workers gather to demand better working conditions, higher wages, and greater protections for workers' rights. In some cases, these protests can turn violent, as we saw in the Haymarket Affair. However, most protests are peaceful and are an opportunity for workers to make their voices. In conclusion, International Labour Day is an important holiday that recognizes the contributions of workers to society and advocates for workers' rights. Its history is rooted in the struggle for better working conditions and higher wages, and it has become an important day for workers around the world. From peaceful demonstrations to massive celebrations, International Labour Day is a time to celebrate solidarity among workers and to continue the fight for better working conditions, higher wages, and greater protections for workers' rights. As we move forward, it is important that we continue to honor the legacy of International Labour Day and work towards creating a more just and equitable world for all workers. If you enjoy the content on this channel and want to see more, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all of our new videos.